What's going on, everybody? It's Thursday, November 2nd. I just got out of work a little while ago. It's about 3 o'clock right now. I decided I'd come jump up in this stand that I already had pre-hung at this spot. I've only actually hunted out of this stand once this year, and it was a morning sit because I have a scrape about 25 yards to my left that the deer were pounding on all summer, and it seems like they're hardly hitting it now. But I do have a doe tag, so hopefully I can either see a decent doe to shoot or get lucky and a decent buck will come by tonight. But I got about 3 hours, almost 3 hours to sit before the end of legal light. I haven't seen a doe to shoot pretty much all season. I've seen nothing but a bunch of 4-pointers and spike horns. Last Monday I did rattle in a nice 8-pointer to me. I was sitting on the ground with my bow, and he was coming right to me, and I didn't see him until he was about 30 yards away. I was actually looking off in the other direction. I looked over and saw a tail flip, and by the time I got my camera turned on and my bow in my hand and everything, he was at like 20 yards, and I think he saw me move because he just kind of froze up and stood there for like 15 minutes. I stood there waiting for him to take a step, and it was cold and rainy, and by the time he actually moved enough for me to get a shot, I tried to draw my bow back and could not pull my bow back. I'd been sitting there so long with my bow in my hand and my release hooked on my string. So, like I said, I haven't been able to fill my doe tag yet, so if I have a decent doe come by, I'll be more than happy to fill that tag tonight. But you never know, might get lucky and see a buck worth shooting too. So, still pretty early in the month. It's only the 2nd of November. Usually about November I start getting a little nervous and start thinking about taking my rifle out, but I'm going to try to hold off till at least Thanksgiving before I start rifle hunting. If I haven't filled my buck tag by then, probably the last few days of the season, I'll gun hunt. But I'm going to sit here for a few hours and see what happens. I got a perfect wind coming right up this hillside. I got an oak ridge up behind me and bedding down in front of me, and that's kind of what I'm hoping for is as the sun gets down there, hopefully the deer will start coming up over the hillside to head up into these acorns and eat. luck. I heard those deer coming behind me, and I wasn't sure if it was deer or a squirrel, because I've had squirrels running around all over the place in front of me here, just as the sun was going down. And I looked back behind me, and there's a big doe was coming down this trail behind me. I went to draw my bow back. I don't know what happened, if I had my finger on my arrow or what, but my arrow came off the nock and dropped straight down below me. And it kind of spooked her out, but she didn't take off. And she ran about 35 yards away. And I took another shot at her, and I saw my arrow hit a little branch right before it got to her. It would have been a perfect shot, it looked like. I'm kind of still shaking a little bit. But I saw my arrow get almost to her and hit a branch and dive off to the right. And that's when she took off. And that little one had run back the other way when I first shot at her, at the big one. And she came around and just cut through this little patch of trees and ended up coming out right 25 yards away. Shot over her back. And my final arrow, I got her. And she was at about 35 yards at that one. Unreal. But I'm going to get my stuff packed up and get down while I still have daylight to look for blood. I heard it go down right over there, so finally filled my doe tag though. Alright, well, I just got down. That's my stand right there. I had that one pre-hung. There's one of my nocks over there. Great. Can't believe I did that. That one's going to need some sharpening. I'm standing right here somewhere. I'm going to see if I can find my other arrow over there that ricocheted off into the bushes and see if I can find some blood. Nope. That was a ricochet. I'm actually I'm going to go back here and see if I can find the arrow that I shot that deer with. That one didn't have a lit knock on it. I don't see my arrow back there, but I'm going to see if I can find this deer. And my arrow might still be in it. Well, I'm looking all around for blood. And I said, I'm just going to go in the direction that I think the deer went. And she didn't make it far, I guess. She's piled up right here in the bushes. She's right there in that messy. She's actually not that bad. I thought she was a little bit smaller than that, but let me get her pulled out here. That's why I couldn't find my arrow. She was quartered too, super hard. That might be a messy cleanup. Well, doe tag's filled. It's time is 5:45 right now. So I got about 15 minutes till it gets real dark. I'm gonna get her cleaned up and get her out of here. As always, thanks for watching. I also want to give a shout out to our local bow shop, Night Archery. Miles and all the guys down there are always taking good care of us, making sure our bows are shooting good even if we're not. But if you guys haven't done it yet, subscribe, hit the like button, and we'll catch you on the next one.